All right, Unit 3, Formative 1, this is video 2, one-step equations. Okay, so one-step equations. Okay, so we're still going to follow the rules of equations, so we're going to go ahead and draw a line, even though it's an inequality, but the rules still apply, like we have left side and right side. So I'm going to solve for x. Okay, so that means I got to get rid of my minus 4, so I'm going to add 4. And if I add 4 to one side, I have to add 4 to the other. Okay, that cancels. So I end up with x is greater than 13. All right, so that we solved. Now we're going to do it in a graph, and remember when we do our graphs, our number lines, we're going to have 0 in the middle. We're going to have our answer on one side and then the opposite on the other. All right, so I'm going to put a circle above 13. All right, it's open because it's not or equal to, and it says x is greater than, so I'm going to shade to the greater than side. Remember, less is left, greater than is right. Okay. Now, interval notation. So again, on interval notation, we look at our graph. Okay, so if I follow my graph, the first thing I hit in my graph is an open circle at 13. So open circle means I have parentheses, and then it goes to 13. Okay. Now, if I keep following my graph, it has an arrow and it goes on forever. So that's going to be infinity. Okay, and infinity always has parentheses. So there's my interval notation. All right, next one, draw my line. All right, on this one I have to divide by -4, so that cancels, divide by -4. So I get x. Now when we multiply or divide by negative, you need to remember to flip the inequality. So I get x is less than or equal to -3. So number line, I have 0. My answer is -3, so it goes on the left, and the opposite is 3. Okay, so I have a circle above -3. And this is a closed circle because of the or equal to, so I'm going to shade it in. Okay, and it says x is less than or equal to -3, so less than is to the left, so I'm going to shade to the left. Now interval notation. We're going to follow our graph, and the first thing we hit on our graph is infinity, and this is on the negative side, so this is going to be negative infinity. And again, infinity always has parentheses. And if I follow my graph, I'm going to stop at -3, and it's a closed circle. So I'm going to stop at -3, and a closed circle is a bracket. All right, next one, draw the line. Okay, so again, we're solving for x, and it's -1/3, so I'm going to add a third. So I'm going to add a third to the other side. Those cancel. Bring down my signs. And -1/3 plus a third is 0. Okay? So my x is greater than or equal to 0. So my number line. Okay. Now here's an example. My answer is actually 0. So I'm just going to pick numbers. I can pick 2 and -2. You can pick anything you want on either side. Just make sure you have something other than 0. Now remember, we're going to graph and we're going to read this. So this is red from the variable side. So it's x is greater than or equal to 0. So I have a circle above 0. It's or equal to, and then it's greater than. So I'm going to shade to the greater than side, which is to the right. All right, now interval notation. The first thing I see is a 0, and it's closed, so that's a bracket. All right, so that's the first thing we come to. And then if we keep going, it goes to infinity. And infinity is always a parentheses. All right, last one. The Chess Club is sponsoring a car wash. If their goal is to raise at least $120, how many cars must they wash at $7.50 in order to meet their goal? Okay, so again, we have $7.50, and that's got 120. Now, a $7.50 is per car wash, so I'm going to put a C there. So it's $7.50 per car wash, and we want to earn at least $120. Okay, so at least $120 means that this 120 is the smallest amount of money we want to earn. So we need to make sure that our inequality says that. Okay, so we want, again, 120 to be the smallest. So that has to be on the less than side of the inequality. And 120 is okay, so I'm going to put or equal to. And now we're going to solve it. So I have to divide by 750. Divide by 750. And we have to do, and I think that's 16. So we have to wash 16 or more cars. to make $120. So if we wash 16, we make $120. Okay, and every car after that, we make $7.50 more.